rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. In order to understand what this mark is, you first have to understand what is happening in the context of that prophecy in the book of Revelation. You see, a day is going to come when Satan, the dragon, will grant power and authority to a beast. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. The trick to this scripture is to read it very carefully. The beast thus far, if you weren't paying attention to the previous chapter, Revelation 12, you would have missed it. We have a description of the beast in chapter 13. The beast has 7 heads, 10 horns, 10 crowns, and names of blasphemy upon his heads. But look, the dragon from chapter 12 also has 7 heads, 10 horns, and 10 crowns. It is a thing, a system. In our reality, we will probably recognize the beast as a single entity that has great power and authority over several governments. And the beast seems to be the vessel or fleshly body for the dragon to possess, as he does say he gives over his power, his seat, and authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So what's going to happen is there is going to come a day when someone will be making their rounds from country to country, attempting to gather followers. Understand, folks, that Satan, all he does is copy God and Jesus. Not only is he a liar, he's a copycat. So this beast is going to walk around mimicking Jesus. But people are going to be hesitant and resistant. Not many people are going to follow this beast. And the beast is actually going to walk around performing miracles. And still no one will follow this beast. But one day, the beast will be killed, or someone working with the beast will be killed and then resurrected. Just like the stories of the Messiah. And then people will follow the beast, because they will be convinced after witnessing a resurrection that this beast has godly powers. By the way, do you all know why God was sending these visions with all these strange multi-headed creatures? You ever wonder why that is? Well, I'll tell you, it's like the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words, you see? So instead of God explaining things in depth and spelling everything out for you, he simply shows you a monster, and that's all you need to know. Monsters are coming. Whether they are in the form of men or beasts, monsters are coming, and it is not so much what they look like, but what they are going to do. And another thing, Satan does not have the power to create or destroy. Only God has that power. So where in the world do these beasts come from, and in what form? Because man creates the image of the beast. Something to ponder. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and in his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongue, and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Now here's where the deception comes in. The beast begins to open its mouth in blasphemy. So after this beast comes back to life, and people are convinced that this beast is likened to Jesus, the beast will begin to pretend that it is a god. That's what blasphemy means in this context. It is going to take the name Lord. It is going to take the name Savior, Messiah, you see? And after it does this, it is going to crush world religions. It's going to make war with the saints, you see? And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Now a second beast comes along, right? And this beast is just another Jesus ripoff. This beast is the dangerous one, because this beast causes people to worship the other beast. In other words, he makes it so that you have to worship the beast. I know there are people who are thinking, I would never take the mark. Well, the beast is going to create the conditions to where you throw all that stuff out the window and concede to worship him. You have a license or non-driver ID, right? No one forced you to get that, did they? But you got it. And right now, you wouldn't give that ID up for anything, because you know what that would mean. That is what it means to cause something to happen. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now understand this, the mark is not just simply a mark. Listen to that verse very carefully. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, what in the world does buying and selling have to do with the mark? Well, what is used to buy and sell? Money. Money is used to buy and sell things. Remember the German Deutschmark? That was the currency of Germany, right? A mark, a note. And we have 3 different forms of the mark here. There is the mark, or the name, or the number. It doesn't say and, it says or. Think about it. Right before that verse, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Do you see the division of people made in this verse? The division of those who have and those who have not. You see? Here it sounds like the playing field will be leveled and everyone will have a little something to work with, either in their hand as cash or in their foreheads or brain or memory as credit. But probably not in the form that we're currently using. I know that it will definitely be something that we have been trained to use. They are not going to just drop the mark on all of us all of a sudden. And who said it was going to be distributed anyway? It just says receive. For all we know, people might give themselves the mark. Make their own mark as long as it's the name or number or symbol. Imagine people using Mark of the Beast fraud. Do you know who the richest man to ever live was? King Solomon. Something in the trillions. And you know his seal is basically the triangle. Some say 666 is the number of Solomon, and it is a set of 3 equal numbers. Remember, the verse says, here is wisdom. And who was also the wisest man to ever live? Solomon. And maybe that is why it says, here is wisdom. But the image of the beast, in the verse it says the image of the beast was given light and the ability to speak and cause that did not worship the beast to be killed. This sounds like, remember, men build the image of the beast, and an AI system enforcing a depopulation agenda to get rid of people who do not contribute to the beast system, who do not engage in the new beast monetary system, will be killed. Now, I could be wrong about all of this. All of it. Well, not all of it. I just want to get you guys thinking, maybe get you thinking about some things you didn't consider, and all this time it was there right in front of you. For example, the mark of the beast only comes after the beast. The beast comes first. It comes, the whole resurrection thing happens, the miracles. People are caused to worship the beast first. Then they are caused to receive the mark. I know some people are thinking, RFID, close. Well, that's not really a mark. It can be removed easily. It can break. It's a man-made computer chip. It can still be used as a mark or a test mark for this beast system, or it may not. But I'm pretty sure it is going to come in a form that you did not expect or saw coming. And keep in mind, certain things have to happen first. All the inhabitants will worship the beast. All of them. Everybody. Except those whose names are in the book of life from the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the earth. I know that everyone probably has their own ideas about what the mark of the beast is. Think about this for a moment. There are things, objects, symbols that we have accepted as part of our lives without even knowing what those things really are. A skull. See, a skull is an easy thing to keep out of your house. A Ouija board is an easy thing to keep out of your house. They are easily recognized as shady, right? The sign of Satan is easily recognized. So it's easy to keep that stuff out of your home, out of your life. Most people, when you ask them about the mark of the beast, they say they won't take it. Oh no, not me. Without knowing that they have already accepted several marks. Your phone, your electronics have marks all over them and in them. That symbol on the power button, that Bluetooth symbol, you think it's a clever design? No, it's an ancient language. That Bluetooth symbol is an old Nordic symbol. It's a runic, magical symbol. See, we've been trained to normalize these things even before we've had a chance to recognize them. Think about it, 100 years ago, you'd be burned at the stake for using a cell phone. You think the Wi-Fi symbol is innocent? Turn it upside down. What if I told you that there are spells or incantations that will boost your Wi-Fi signal? These things exist. They are real. The mark of the beast is coming, but the system of the beast is already in place. It's already in place. We will have to keep our eyes open, not to become subjects of the system. The beast caused people to take the mark, just like the law causes you to accept what you feel in your heart is wrong. If you can't see through the system that you have been living in, how are you ever going to see the mark coming? There is much more to come on this subject and others. Be sure to visit Woodward.